Hello everyone, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today we're looking at a game you might not have heard of. This is Castles of Dawnstone, and you can buy this through Game Crafter. I'll have the link in the video description. But this is a 1 versus 1 competitive deck building game with some worker placement as well, and it's also got a solo mode that I'll be playing through today. And a quick disclaimer that the designer did send me a review copy of this one. And hey, if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month. We've got a ton of great stuff over there. You can also check out our streaming channel for even more great content every week. You can join the conversation and ask questions as they play. We've also got a weekly podcast. This Sunday, Liz and I will be talking about our favorite war games for solo. And finally, if you just want to talk to us and hang out and meet some great people, we have our own Discord channel. So the basic idea of Castles of Dawnstone is you each have a castle with 20 life to start, and you'll be attacking each other's castles with the cards you play by rolling dice, and whoever goes down to 0 first loses. But on your actual turn, like many deck builders, you'll have a 5-card hand, you'll play those cards out. And cards can provide both dice for attacking the enemy's castle, and they can provide crystals to buy other cards, kind of basic stuff for deck builders. But one of the cool touches is you also have these peasants mainly controlled by your peasant cards, which don't give you any dice or crystals. And peasant cards will let you place a meeple on a spot. The green spots give you an immediate bonus, and then the meeple comes back. Whereas the red spots either give you an ongoing bonus, or they're part of a track, which then your peasants and your miner cards can move you along until you unlock some additional bonus. And there's a lot of that unlocking. If you go to these spots, you can get extra crystals for buying stuff, or you can get more miners to your deck, and eventually you'll unlock this deeper mine where you can get free cards or increase each miner card's income. Your castle over here lets you recruit more meeples, or if you go down the track, lets you flip the castle, giving you 10 more life. If you do it again, you get 10 more life again, and you can turn your knights, which have no suit, into one of the 3 suits or classes in the game, which could give you bonuses based on your deck building. If you go here, you can recruit more knights, and if you get them all, you unlock a little bonus where you can keep a card every round, and you also make it easier for you to hurt the enemy's castle. And then over here in the temple or the church or whatever, they've got a spot that lets you reroll 1s when you're doing combat, and if you go all the way down the track, you unlock a better temple, and you get also a doubles for 6s in combat. So a lot of different little paths to pursue. And up here, you've got some generic blocking of damage, and also a generic track that lets you put wound cards in the enemy deck, basically slowing them down. And basically on your turn, you play out your cards, you get crystals, you buy cards with them, you'll see that in a second, and you get to roll dice equal to the amount your cards provided. You roll them, and at first you're trying to add up to totals of 6 with dice. So like here I would do 1 damage, but this does not add up. But let's say, oh, there we go. So 1 plus 5 would be a 6. And you can go over 6, but oh my gosh, I'm rolling a lot of natural 6s here. But yeah, so basically you're trying to get to totals of 6 to deal damage. You'll see more of that as we fight. And the only other things to show you real quickly are the market. So it's up here. The cost of a card is right up there. Again, you see the dice and crystals provided. One of the 3 classes, which again could be triggered by other effects, and then any special abilities the card has at the bottom. Whenever you buy a card, it's immediately replaced from the overall mercenary market, and you can buy as many as you want. Now, as for the solo AI, they've also got 20 life in their castle, just like you, and their turn always comes after yours. You move their little meeple down 1 space and resolve an effect. It's generally going to make their deck stronger, let them recruit cards from the market. And by the way, there are 4 different versions of these tracks. You can kind of change up how the AI plays. And then you draw the top 5 cards of their deck, pretty much just looking for dice and attacking you like the best they can. It's pretty straightforward. They started with a bunch of wounds in their deck, but they're going to slowly call those out and get more and more better cards. So their deck will get stronger and stronger, just like yours, and they're going to try to kill you before you kill them. So with those basics out of the way, let's play the game. All right, so for this first turn, I've got 2 peasants, 2 miners, and a knight. And there's lots of different strategies you can try to use in this game. This time, I think I might go for a quick combat strategy, kill the boss before they have a chance to level up too much. So to that end, I think I want to recruit knights quickly, clear them off of here, put a peasant here, which will let me have to add up my combat totals to 5 instead of 6, and maybe get a peasant here to let me reroll 1s, and then just buy as many big combat cards as I can and go to town. So I think I'm going to ignore the miners and crystals to an extent, and just try to go heavy on the knight side. And to quickly show the 3 basic cards, so miners can give you 1 crystal, or you can move a meeple on a track, one of those ones that will unlock a building. Knights just give you 1 die, and peasants let you place a meeple or move one if it's on a track. So basically here I'm getting 2 crystals and 1 die, and then 2 peasants, and they could get me more crystals or recruit some of those knights for me. That's kind of the 2 things I'm looking at. Let's see, do I want to buy anything for 2 to 4 crystals? For 2 I can get a mercenary that's just 1 die, but he counts as any class I want him to, which would not matter at all right now because I don't have any combos built up. For 3 I can get a mage, which is also only 1 die, but it does add a die for each of this class that I play, which is like sort of the blue horn class. This guy costs way too much, we'll ignore him. And the spider costs 4, but he's 2 dice instead of 1. It lets me destroy 1 card in my discard pile or hand. Ooh, that'll be really good later. And looking at the bot, they're going to buy this little like small house symbol. This means they buy the cheapest card they can, and they break ties by the most dice. So I want to keep the mercenary there for them to buy so that I don't have to worry about him. I'm basically between using the 2 peasants to get some knights or using 2 of them to get 2 more crystals and be able to afford one of the spiders. I think I'm going to go for the spider. So first peasant puts a meeple here. That gets me 1 minor recruitment or 1 crystal. Same thing with the second peasant. And meeples on green spaces will go back to my idle peasants supply at the end of my turn. So I'll have them to use next time. So that's 4 crystals to purchase with. And yeah, I'm getting one of the spiders because y'all know I love culling. It goes to your discard pile. Then we got another red card, a zombie, 1 attack, 3 cost. You place any of this type of card from your discard pile that costs 3 or less into play. Which right now would not help me at all, but maybe later. Finally, I do have a single die for my 1 knight. But right now I still need the basic 6, so chances of me hitting are, yes, basically none. So no damage, all these get discarded, and I draw my next 5 card hand. Looks like it'll be a bit more combat, 2 peasants, a dwarf. Probably next time I'll just try to recruit some knights. Alright, meanwhile, for the bot, they move to their first spot. This says -1 wound card. If they had any wounds in their discard pile, they would trash 1 there. But since they don't, they're going to draw their 5 card hand and trash 1 of the wounds from that. Whoa! That's almost all their knights in 1 draw. So 1 wound goes away, and then they're just rolling 1, 2, 3, 4 dice against me. They're also trying to add up to 6s. And you just kind of do this as intelligently as you can for them. Alright, so, a 6 by itself. A 5 and a 1 adds up to 6. The 3 does nothing. So that's going to be 1, 2 damage to my castle out of 20. And there are almost 0 effects that heal your castle. There's like 1 card that does. But if you get your castle track all the way down by moving 1 of your meeples down, then you can flip a card. Whoops, I forgot to move these guys over. So yeah, if you flip it, you get plus 10 life, and then if you get rid of it again, you get plus 10 life again. So you could get up to 20 more health if you're getting close to dying. All right, so back to my turn. I could use like the miner for 1 crystal and then put the peasants on these spots to get up to 3 crystals, but I don't really care that much about any of the cards I can buy for 3. So instead I'm going to just ignore the miner's 1 crystal and place 2 meeples over here in my barracks. That'll recruit 2 knights, and I'm halfway to unlocking that space, which gives me some bonuses. I got more dice in my deck, and I'm going to roll 2 dice for attacking. And not 6, so no damage again. And then coming back to the AI, they've got a minor purchase. So that's going to be the cheapest thing available, which will be the mercenary. So he's added to their deck. So that's just basically another knight. And now 5 more cards. And yeah, I was going to say, they had drawn almost all their knights in that first draw. So they do not attack me at all. That was all wound. All right, back to me. Once again, I could get 3 money if I do the minor and then 2 peasants over there. But that would just buy me somebody pretty weak. I'd rather put both of these on the knights, because he's going to have a nice little bonus for me. I unlock this, and now I can put a meeple here with a future peasant and make my combat total needed 5 instead of 6. But also here I can save 1 card per turn from my hand. So I'm going to save this other miner, give me 6 cards next turn, some more money. Hopefully I'll be able to actually purchase something. Meanwhile, 2 knights, 2 dice. See if we can actually do a hit this time. Nope! Wow, I'm rolling terrible. Ooh, I got a pretty nice hand for next turn. Let's get to the AI first. All right, so they're gaining plus 10, which is not great because I haven't even hurt them yet. I'll probably need to upgrade my castle at least once just to survive. Meanwhile, for their 5 cards, they've got a single knight. So that'll just be 1 die. So only a natural 6 will do anything here. That's not it. All right, meanwhile, back to me. So I've got 3 money. And then I've got a peasant, so I could afford another one of these spiders, the other one that costs 4. All right, so for this turn, I've got 1, 2, 3 crystals from my miners. Or I guess I could put the peasant here and then use the 3 miners to move it and almost get 10 more life for the castle. Or I could use the peasant to get a 4th money. Buy that other spider. Should I just really go like super combat focus right off the bat and just try to kill them before they can rush me down? Yeah, maybe it's a terrible idea. I don't know. You know what? I'm doing it. So for my 1 peasant, I'm going to get another crystal. Most games I recruit miners and go like heavy purchasing of cards, but this time I'm not going to, so that'll be enough for a new spider. And then this spider lets me destroy one card in my discard deck or hand. And even though it might be a terrible idea, I'm going to get rid of one of the peasants. Because hopefully once I get them like on these spots, I won't really need them anymore. But then I'm attacking for 3 dice, 2 from the spider, 1 from the knight. Still need 6s though. I haven't gone to my bonus spots. Wow, that was like the worst rolling ever, but I finally get up to a 6. So I do 1 damage. But remember, they had already increased by 10, so they're just down to 29. All right, then getting over to the opponent, they're buying the most expensive card, which is this ancient one. It's got 2 dice. Now, the crystals don't generally matter unless they have a power that lets them use them, but 2 dice is not great. But then look at this. This card does not discard until you are attacked. 1 point of damage is ignored on that attack. So this guy's going to give him 2 dice and then block 1 damage for me. I've only done 1 damage so far. Now, you do have the power on your turn, by the way, to spend 1 crystal to trash any card in the market and put it down here and then refill. So I might have wanted to like spend some money to get rid of that guy and maybe some of the other good people and try to get them to get somebody worse. But, you know, I made my choice. I made my potentially terrible choices, and we'll just have to live with them. Meanwhile, for their hand, just 2 knights. And I would love if they missed. Yes, they did not get the 6. Nothing doing. All right, meanwhile, for me, okay, now I'm going to do what I wanted to do. I'm going to use my peasant to make my attack total 5 instead of 6. And now I just need to add up to 5 with my dice. I'll save my 1 miner with that effect as well. And then I have 3 dice trying to hit 5s. All right, come on. Ooh, yes, okay, so that's 1 hit, and then another hit, so cool, I went to 2 hits instead of 1 with that space. They're down to 27, that's something. And then what are they doing? They're recruiting the cheapest unit available. There's a bunch of 3s, so if there's a tie, they choose the one with the most dice. Otherwise, I get to decide. I'll give them this zombie because they don't have any cards to recruit with it either, so it won't really help them anymore. Oh, whoops, except now there's another zombie. So that would have actually been a pretty good combo. Oh well. And then, oof, they've got 4 dice, and then this guy's going to hang out waiting to block my next damage. Oh my gosh. All right, so that's 2 hits from the natural 6s. This is not add up to 6, so just 2 damage. But I'm down to 16. Doesn't seem like a good strategy, Mike. All right, so I've got a peasant placement and then 2 money. Although, again, maybe it's smarter. Yeah, I think I've got to get at least plus 10 health or I'm going to die. So I'll use the peasant to place this guy on the track and then both miners to advance it twice. So 2 more spaces and I'll get 10 more health. And then I'm getting 3 attack. And I can trash a card from my discard with the spider. I guess I'll get rid of a peasant. Only leaves me with 2 in my deck. And then I get 3 dice. And that thing gives me 5 hit instead of 6. That stays unless I choose to remove that meeple from that space. All right, so that's 2 damage again. The 6 and then the 2 and the 4. I guess the 5 wouldn't have mattered there. They added up to 6 anyway. So they're down to 25. Okay, and then they're removing a wound. Oh, wait, no, they're not down to 25. They removed this guy, and they're back to 26. Darn it. But yes, removed a wound. Then they've got just 2 dice to roll. And I hope they miss. Nope, 1 damage. Yeah, so they're about 10 ahead of me, but let's fix that right now. I'm going to use the peasant and the miner to move this twice. That flips the card, which means I immediately get 10 more life. So now we're about tied. Okay, I got 4 dice, and I can destroy something. I'm going to destroy a miner this time. I think I need to keep at least a few peasants. All right, then come on, big money. Show me them 5s. Oof. So that's 1 and 2. Darn. But yeah, it does put me in the lead by 1 point for maybe the first time. Meanwhile, on their turn, they're getting rid of another wound. This particular opponent tends to like get their deck really culled down and upgrades it a lot. Other ones focus more on like bonuses and stuff, like hitting on 5s or getting double hits on 6s. So they do each have their own kind of feel. Oof. All right. 4 dice. Not great. Ooh. I think it's only 1, right? Yeah, because the 5 and the 1 together, and then those only add up to 5. So I'm at 24, okay. Now, meanwhile, on my turn, I got 2 peasants, but I only have 1 meeple. Maybe I'll send, with the first peasant, 1 there to give me another meeple, and then that second meeple can go over here to give me the reroll 1 power for combat over and over. I'll save my miner for later. And attack with 2 dice. So right now I get to reroll 1s, and yes. Although I guess it's not going to matter, is it? Yeah, either way I'm doing 1 damage. And then they are taking another wound away, and then they're about to buy the most expensive person over and over. Luckily at the moment, like there's no 7s or like crazy expensive people, but they're going to be walloping me. But this turn at least they didn't do much of anything special. 4 wounds and just 1 die, and again there is no other zombie to grab. Just hoping not for a 6. Yes. Meanwhile, pretty good draw for me here. I'm going to save the miner again, because I only have 1 source of income. Not really going to be a money-heavy game here. But I'm getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack dice, yes. And I can destroy something. Oh, should I get rid of one of my peasants? Yeah, I guess at this point I should. All right, so here we go. Now we need to start doing some big damage. Rerolling ones. Oh, didn't have any. Okay, but still, that's 1. 3 damage. Could have been better, but could have been worse. They're down to 20. Now, if they reach the end of their track, they're going to get another 10. So can I do 20 damage in like 6 rounds? That seems unlikely. As for them, they're getting the most expensive, which is the Illusionist, who gives crystals, or the Archer. Oh man, not only gives 2 dice, but lets you reroll your 2 lowest dice. I don't want them to have that, but they do. But they do. And meanwhile, zombie strategy apparently would have been a really good one, but too late. Ooh, 5 dice and their little canceling damage one. You're definitely thinking I chose a bit poorly here for my strategy. Okay. Ah, darn, they do get to 2 damage, barely. Although, I mean, gosh, that's about the worst they could have done still. So they're at 20 and I'm at 22, slightly ahead. All right, going to my turn. You know, I'm actually going to save the spider because I want to cull stuff, but I don't currently have it. Well, no, I guess I don't need to. I'll just cull a miner right now because I'm not going to buy anything anyway. Because it does say discard pile or hand. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack. All right, and come on. Ooh, that seems good. That's 3 damage straight up and 4 from those. Although, you know, I am really missing. If you fully upgrade your church, then you can put a guy here to do double damage from natural 6s. That would have been awesome there. Still 4 damage. They're down to 16. Come on, maybe I can do it. Oh, whoops. I forgot again. They're actually at 17. Stupid guy. Okay, and they're recruiting the best again. Oh, this is great. They're recruiting this 4. That lets them get 2 crystals and move or place a meeple. In other words, a dead card. They just use their recruit up to recruit a wound. Ooh, except that guy I don't want them to get. And they're about to. I might have to find a crystal to get rid of this. Because otherwise, look at this nightmare. 1 attack, but all knights gain +1. Remember, their deck is mostly knights. So yeah, I think I need to find a way to cull that this turn. But first, their attack, she's nothing. So 2 dice, 3 dice, and they can reroll their 2 lowest dice. So they always do. There's no kind of real intelligence here. All right, so they just do 1 damage because they can't make those add up to 6 twice. So they're at 17, I'm at 21. Just need to kill that card. So, ooh, actually I do have 1 dwarf. That's right, that I held on to. I will use the dwarf and the 1 crystal they provide to cull that guy away. Okay, so they're going to get an ancient one. I don't know if that's better. Those guys suck. That's the one that does 2 dice and prevents the damage. You know what? I have a peasant. I'm going to get a crystal and get rid of that guy too. And just hope they get something trashy. Oh, that guy is 2 dice and draw a card. And if it's a red card, draw again. But they only have 1 zombie, so that's unlikely to happen. But yeah, I don't know if any of those are better than the other ones. But either way, that's what I did. And all I've got for my actual turn is 5 dice and culling something. Although, ooh, there's nothing to cull, but I don't want to hang on to the card. Yeah, I already played them, so... Oh well, I just won't call, but I'll have 5 dice. That seems pretty good. That's just 4 straight up damage. Again, my 5 didn't matter, my reroll 1s didn't matter. I'm rolling good damage, but not necessarily needing my powers. They're down to 13, but they're getting close to healing up again. And yeah, they're recruiting that guy. We knew they were doing that. Although now there's nothing really nasty in the entire offer, so them buying the most expensive, totally fine. All right, they got their dumb blocking guy and 5 dice. Ooh, another bad roll. So let's see. Yep, they only get 1 damage. That is great, because that only adds up to 5. They're at 13. I'm at 20. We're going to make this happen? All right, so let's see. I've got 4 dice and a peasant. What do I do with the peasant? Well, here, 2 can play at the little defense game. I'll go ahead and get on the wall to block 1 of their next attacks. And then 4 dice. Seems oh, man, just missed doing 3 damage. 1, 2. So that's 1, 2. I remembered this time. They're at 12. All right, meanwhile, coming to me, they're only going to buy 1 more time, so I don't really need the money anymore, so I'm going to call my dwarf away. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They actually didn't do a damage to me, did they? I used my little peasant guy. So, awesome. And... ooh, I get to reroll a 1. Thank you. 2 is barely better. So 1, 2, 3 damage. Okay. Gets them down to 9. Oh, man, I have a chance before they get that 10 life. All right, but they are recruiting the most expensive, so all these are tied. I don't want them to get a zombie because that actually combos with their stuff. So add 1 to a die. Yeah, I'd rather them be damaging me, I guess. We'll do that. And oh my gosh. See, this is the kind of card I didn't want them to buy. Thank God that only just came up now. 4 dice, and your hit total becomes 1 less this turn. So, I would hit on 4s, they would hit on 5s. But, yeah, I'm never going to afford that. And they're certainly not going to buy it because all they're going to do is cull some more wounds. What are they doing? All right, so there is no 3 or less zombie to grab. So, and that guy doesn't matter either. Oh, actually, I just realized zombie would grab the mercenary, but he's not in the discard pile. And sorry, just to explain what I meant, it says place any skull from your discard pile that costs 3 or less into play. And then mercenary may count as any of the types, and he only has 1 die. So the AI could recur him back into their hand over and over again with zombies if they were able, but they both came out in the same hand. That was lucky for me. And here we go, 3 dice, and they need 6s, so they only did 1. So they're at 9, I'm at 20. Now I'm regretting doing the whole castle thing. Maybe I could have just tanked through it, because, yeah, I'd only be at 10 life now and still ahead of them. Meanwhile, on my turn, whoa! Yep, that's a hand right there. 6 dice. I'm not going to call anything because I have no discard pile. 6 dice is about the best I'm going to do, but come on. Man, no ones. I'm getting all these like low numbers that are not ones. So 3 and 2, 3 and 3, 3 and 4. 3 damage. Okay, so they're down to 6. Come on, come on. And they get rid of a wound. Okay, yes, they didn't draw their defensive guy. That's really all I care about. So they're just attacking me for 3. And just 1 damage from the natural 6. So I'm down to 19. And definitely not defending, so call away my peasant. All I have left are combat cards, so I cannot buy anything or do anything except fight. But 5 dice this turn. I get this turn and next turn to kill him before he heals. Come on, need big rolls here. That seems pretty good. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Darn it, I almost got 4. So they're at 3 life, but they're culling a wound, and after this, oh no, they're about to heal. I need to kill him this turn. No, they got their... Oh, that's what I do with them to get... Oh, and they get 1 card draw from the little, like, zombie dude. So, geez, how many is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. But again, I don't really care about the damage. I just don't want to lose. Okay, 1, 2, 3 damage. See, I'm down to 16. Who cares? Okay, I drew the best hand possible. I've got 7 as well. 7 dice. I just need to get 4 damage. 3 plus 1 for their little guy. I need 4 damage. Okay, I get to reroll 1s. Thank God. Come on. Okay, natural. I think I did it. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And actually, I mean, again, even if I didn't have my 5 hits, I would have gotten 4 damage. But the 1 reroll definitely helped. So literally a turn before they would have gotten 10 more health. I do have the 1 extra hit to take out the ancient one, and then 3 more. Boom! So there you go, that was Castle of Dawnstone. And again, there are 4 different tracks. Like, this one does not level up nearly as much, but gets rerolls of 1s and double hits on 6s, and only needing 5 to hit you. So they kind of attack stronger, but have not upgraded their deck as much. They do give a bit of a different feel. And clearly I could have tried very different strategies here. Like, for example, if I'd gotten 4 more miners, then I could have put a guy here to double the amount of crystals given by miners. Then I could have been the one buying amazing cards like this Psych Mage. So yeah, there's kind of different strategies you can try. You can like put a ton of wounds in the enemy deck and really try to slow them down. But if you like what you see, if you think Castles of Dawnstone looks to your taste, again, I have the link to the Game Crafter page in the video description. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.